fastest streak circuit of them all comes alive under the lights with 4 different teams in the top 4. A sublime lap from Max Verstappen, ably assisted by smart strategy from his pit wall, meant the Dutchman secured pole here in Jeddah by just 100th of a second. Yesterday was a really tough day for Lando Norris. He had felt more comfortable in the car, and then this happened on his first flying lap in Q3.
I think he can bounce back for sure. Today's going to be tough from P10, but with the car that they have, particularly in race trim, I think he can make his way up, and damage limitation, try not lose too many points to Oscar today.
They're all looking to the gantry where we have 5 lights on ahead of us. It's lights out and away we go, and it wasn't held for long, and Piastri gets a really good start. He's going wheel to wheel with Verstappen. Piastri almost edging into the lead. Verstappen goes off the track and keeps the lead of this race from Oscar Piastri, and there's Antonelli going a little bit wide in the Mercedes. George Russell in 3rd place, then Charles Leclerc, then Antonelli, then Hamilton, who's made a very good start. Carlos Sainz has had a bad one, and there is Yuki Tsunoda and Pierre Gasly, and we're going to have a safety car even before the end of the first lap, because there's 2 cars into the wall. But what about that start from Max Verstappen?
He needs to get that back. I was ahead.
Have noted this incident down at turn 1.
Yeah, so that's Piastri's corner. He's on the inside, and he was almost front axle to front axle, certainly beyond the mirror. Let's have a look from Piastri's angle, and he's clearly ahead there. And then Verstappen comes in the corner, gets off the brake pedal. I think that's a hand back, personally. They wouldn't be a racing driver if he didn't try it.
Safety car in this lap. Go back to turn 12 in Austin. Max didn't leave a car's width to Lando then.
Yeah, he just forced me off. There was no intention of him to make that corner.
He was never going to make that corner, regardless of whether I was there or not.
And we can see what happened now with Yuki Tsunoda. There's the Alpine on the right-hand side, and it was front wheel against rear wheel, and there just wasn't enough space.
That's a pretty typical first lap incident, I'm afraid. This is nothing crazy here. He's left him plenty of space, but he's just understeered into him.
Track is now clear. George Russell really wants to get on with it, doesn't he? As we go round the final corner, Verstappen's gone, and he has gone early here. And did he catch a couple of them napping a little bit? And it's Oscar Piastri under pressure. Verstappen's got a 5-second time penalty for leaving the track and gaining an advantage. Behind him, Piastri's under pressure. He makes the corner ahead of George Russell. Charles Leclerc in 4th place, then comes Antonelli and Hamilton, then comes Carlos Sainz and Lando Norris. Through the first few corners they go. Verstappen to confirm a 5-second time penalty.
Information, you have been given a 5-second time penalty for the incident at turn 1. Head down.
Wow, that is
Max.
lovely.
Yeah, no comment. Thank you.
And you can see the blinking red lights once again on the Ferrari, but not close enough.
Oh, here we go for Lando Norris, then past Carlos Sainz. That's the move he needs to make. Now he can get off down the road after Lewis Hamilton. You're going to see the move, slipstream, DRS, moves to the inside. Nothing silly going on from Carlos Sainz there. He knows that he's not really racing the McLaren at the end of 50 laps, so did a good job keeping him behind. Here we go.
This is Lando Norris on Lewis Hamilton into that final corner. Norris looks like he's got the job done and will get DRS to help him, I would imagine, because he would have been within a second.
Lewis has got the DRS.
Lewis has got the DRS now. So Lewis overtakes him again. So Lando maybe made the move a bit too early there, went through the next detection zone ahead of the Ferrari, helping us get a bit more excitement and overtaking as Lando Norris later on the brakes. The Lewis Hamilton almost went into the back.
Yeah, well, Lewis is trying for the DRS zone again, isn't he? But and he's got it.
Yeah,
so
he has.
Lewis very nearly got rear-ended there.
Lando needs to try and break the toe, and he's not doing that, and he's also not keeping Lewis Hamilton at bay for the second successive lap. Norris gets ahead of the Ferrari, and the Ferrari takes the place right back again.
Okay, mate, strat 8, play the game.
Yeah, so he's got to follow Lewis into the last corner, because I think the detection line is just on the exit, isn't it?
This time. This time he has absolutely followed Lewis Hamilton, and now Strat 8 turn the engine up a little bit. If it was a speaker, you'd turn it up to 11, which is what he's doing now. With that DRS wheel to wheel with Lewis Hamilton down the straight, he's probably using electrical energy himself to try and keep on pace with the McLaren, but the DRS helps Lando Norris through. Third time of asking, he's got the job done. He is going to get DRS.
Car we're on board with will get DRS here.
And look at the closing speed that Lando Norris is getting, and Kimi Antonelli, I think, knows that his fight is not with Lando Norris on that particular straight and doesn't really put up much of a fight. Norris up now into the top 5.
But Piastri's coming in. I can see him coming in the McLaren pits.
McLaren are ready for him. Red Bull came out and have gone back in again. So Verstappen carries on his merry way, doing that fabulous job that Gianpiero Lambiase told him. Piastri then stops for his pit stop. That was a bit slow. 3.4 seconds, so he's lost about 1.2 seconds there in the pit stop. Lando Norris running in third place.
Wow.
Piastri getting past Lewis Hamilton, and that was absolutely sensational through turn 22.
It was. You need to be careful you don't pick up punctures off the beaten track like that, but and also he needs to be careful that Hamilton doesn't get DRS down the back, down the pit straight.
Yeah, but that was really crucial not to be held up by Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah, absolutely.
As Max Verstappen now pits. They waited the 5 seconds. He's on his way. They've serviced those tyres. Piastri's making his way down the main straight with Hamilton right behind him. This is the battle for the net lead. You can see Verstappen making his way out of the pits, and you can see Piastri going through and now ahead of that Red Bull driver. Let's just have a little look here at how Oscar Piastri got past Lewis Hamilton, and he was being told on the team radio, catch him by surprise, do it somewhere that he's not expecting.
Yeah, 3/4 of a second faster than Verstappen. Verstappen's got no answer to Piastri. Does he want an answer right now? Does he want to take all that life out of the tyres? But Piastri seems very happy out front.
There's Liam Lawson on Gabriel Bortoleto, and Gabriel Bortoleto making contact there with Fernando Alonso.
His manager.
Yes.
And if I look at his pit window, it's just ahead. Do you want to talk to this replay, Croft?
Well, yeah, Bortoleto just moving over to take that racing line.
Wow, he moved under braking. Oh, that was close. Wow, so close. Check the car.
So close to the safety car you were just talking about, Bernie.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
exactly.
A bit of a bone scraper almost there for Fernando Alonso down the side of the wall. His DRS for Charles Leclerc. He is right on the gearbox of George Russell, but on the right side of the gearbox of George Russell, because he gets another double dose here of DRS down the straight. He's timed it absolutely perfectly. He's getting the slipstream too, and Charles Leclerc, who has been charging after Russell now ever since the pit stop, back ahead of the Mercedes and onto the podium.
Was he setting off after
Max
Verstappen? 7 seconds. Ooh, let's see.
Well, to be honest, it is doable if he can keep up this pace.
Well done, Charles.
Thank you, Brian.
You were George Russell just ahead of him, and not by much. And after his 3 goes to get past Lewis Hamilton, when Hamilton had the DRS out of that final corner and took the place back again, Lando Norris has got it absolutely spot on this time around and clears George Russell with ease, and up now into 4th place. 4th after China, 3rd after Japan, 2nd after Bahrain. In the Drivers' Championship, Oscar Piastri crosses the line now to win the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix and lead the Drivers' Championship. Max Verstappen is beaten into 2nd place and got that 5-second penalty. Charles Leclerc holds off Lando Norris to claim Ferrari's first podium of the season. Lando Norris with a great recovery drive. So from P10 to 4th on the road, and for the first time since 2010, the man from down under is on top. Mark Webber, his manager, the last Australian to lead the championship. Now it's Oscar Piastri's turn after victory here in Jeddah.